Last time on Ocean Adventures, Lulu and Spark discovered the secret path leading into the mysterious deep sea. But what they don't know is that the ocean hides a truth waiting just for her, a destiny she could never have imagined. Are you ready to dive back in? Make sure to subscribe and follow so you never miss the next magical journey with Lulu. As Lulu and Spark descended, the vibrant colors of the upper reef faded away, replaced by an inky, silent darkness. The only sounds were the soft swish of their fins and the faint thrum of the deep ocean currents. They were swimming through a vast underwater canyon, its walls stretching up into the gloom like ancient, forgotten towers. A feeling of profound quiet, a silence that felt heavy and old, pressed in on them from all sides. Lulu swam a little slower, her eyes wide as she tried to pierce the darkness. Why is everything so silent down here? She whispered, her voice barely a ripple in the stillness. It was so different from the bustling, noisy coral gardens she called home. Spark, usually so cheerful and chatty, shivered, his own light seeming a little dimmer in the oppressive quiet. Too silent, he replied, his voice tight. It feels empty. I don't like it. He darted nervously from side to side, his fins fluttering. Suddenly, he froze. Lulu, look, over there. Lulu followed his gaze. Deeper in the canyon, a faint, rhythmic pulse of blue light throbbed in the darkness. It was soft but steady, like a distant heartbeat. It was the first sign of life they had seen since entering the deep. Curiosity sparked in Lulu's eyes, chasing away some of the fear. The light seemed to be calling to them, a single beacon in the immense void. We have to see what it is, Lulu declared, her voice filled with a new sense of purpose. She began to swim towards the glow, her movements becoming more confident. Spark hesitated for a moment, then zipped after her. Wait for me, we don't know what's down there. As they drew closer to the pulsating light, the shadows around them began to shift and warp in strange, unsettling ways. Long, twisted shapes seemed to dance at the very edge of their vision, disappearing whenever they tried to look directly at them. The water grew colder, and the silence felt even more profound, broken only by the steady, hypnotic pulse of the blue glow ahead. Suddenly, from the canyon walls, 3 figures emerged, materializing out of the shadows. They weren't fish or any creature Lulu recognized. They were made of ancient, glowing coral, their forms majestic and slightly intimidating. Their bodies shimmered with a soft, internal light, and their eyes, like polished obsidian, watched Lulu and Spark with an unnerving intensity. The one in the center, taller and more ornate than the others, floated forward. His voice was deep and resonant, like the grinding of tectonic plates. Traveler of light, he intoned, his words echoing in the still water. You are far from the sunlit waters. Why do you enter our sacred deep? Lulu, though startled, held her ground. She looked the guardian leader in the eye, her own resolve shining. I'm here to help, she said, her voice clear and strong. A darkness is spreading through the ocean, poisoning the reefs and silencing the songs of the sea. I want to save our home. As she spoke, a violent tremor shook the canyon. The seabed beneath them fractured, a deep crack splitting the rock and sending up a cloud of sand and debris. The water churned wildly, threatening to pull them into the newly formed chasm. Spark yelped in panic, spinning in the turbulent current. We're trapped. The whole canyon is falling apart. Without a second's hesitation, Lulu raised her moon pendant. A warm, calming light erupted from the shell, spreading through the water like liquid sunshine. The light washed over the crack in the seafloor, and with a gentle hum, the rock seemed to mend itself, the fissure sealing shut as if it had never been. The shaking stopped, and the water grew still once more. The guardian leader stared, his glowing eyes wide with surprise. He looked from the mended seafloor to the pendant, and then to Lulu. The light of your pendant is strong, he rumbled, a note of awe in his deep voice. but it is the light in your heart that shines with true courage. You may continue your journey." He paused, his gaze becoming serious. "But be warned, the deep is ancient and it is watching you. Not all that you find here will welcome your light." With that, the three guardians faded back into the shadows of the canyon wall, leaving Lulu and Spark alone once more. Taking a deep breath, Lulu nodded to Spark, and they continued their descent, swimming deeper into the canyon. The blue light they'd seen earlier was gone, but they felt a strange pull, a current guiding them further down. As they swam, a soft, ethereal whisper began to echo around them, seeming to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. "Lulu." The voice was a faint, melodic sigh weaving through the water. "Chosen one, come closer." Spark's fins trembled, and he zipped in front of Lulu, trying to block her path. "Nope, nope, nope, that's it." Whispering voices in the dark. "This is getting way too creepy. We should go back." "Lulu, seriously?" Lulu paused, listening intently. The voice didn't sound menacing to her. It sounded lonely, but what if it needs help? She asked softly, her compassionate nature winning out over her fear. "We can't just leave." She gently swam past Spark, following the feeling of the voice. They entered a vast, cavernous space, and there, in the center of the immense chamber, a single, massive eye slowly opened. It was colossal, larger than any whale, and it glowed with an ancient, otherworldly light. The whisper grew stronger, now clearly coming from the unseen creature before them. "The ocean remembers you, Lulu." The voice echoed, resonating not just in the water, but inside Lulu's own mind. It remembers the promise. Suddenly, the water around them began to spin, forming a powerful whirlpool that pulled Lulu towards the darkness where the rest of the creature remained hidden. She struggled against the current, her fins kicking frantically. "Spark, I can't hold on." She cried out, her voice strained. The pull was too strong. A huge silhouette, a creature of immense size and power, began to emerge from the darkness, its form still just a massive, undefined shape. The creature's voice boomed, filled with an ancient power and a strange sense of urgency. Light must return. Seeing Lulu being dragged away, Spark overcame his fear. With a determined cry, he forced himself forward against the powerful current, swimming with all his might. He reached out and grabbed Lulu's hand, his small body acting as a tiny anchor against the immense force. "Don't let go, Lulu," he shouted, his own light flaring brightly. Just as he spoke, an impossibly bright flash of light erupted from the giant eye, engulfing everything. The screen fades to black. Who is this mysterious creature calling to Lulu from the deep? What ancient promise does the ocean remember? And what destiny is waiting for her in the heart of the darkness? Find out in the next thrilling episode of Ocean Adventures. Did you enjoy today's deep-sea adventure? If you want to see where Lulu's journey goes next, you can help us grow the Ocean family. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you're the first to know when a new episode drops. Your support is what makes Lulu's journey possible. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next splashy adventure.